am love.
I am love.
God is love.
God is love.
I am love.
I am love.
God is love.
God is love.
Love heals all things.
Love heals all things. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am continuing a little series that I'm doing here on the vlog that is talking about understanding the different phases and cycles of the moon. In the last video, I talked about the new moon. In the video before that, I talked about the waning moon. Today, I am sharing some information about the waxing moon. That is currently what phase of the moon we are in right now. The waxing phase happens after the new moon. It is in the period between the new moon leading up until the full moon. So when there's a new moon, you don't actually see the moon. Even though it's there, you don't see any light being illuminated from the moon. And during the waxing period, you start to notice that the moon grows increasingly in size each day. So the same way that the moon is growing in size, we are growing. Now, of course, the moon is not technically growing in size. However, we're seeing a little bit more light being illuminated by the moon, which gives it that visual that the moon is increasing in size. While the moon is going in this waxing period, it's going from dark to full and bright, which is what we will see with the full moon. When I like to think of the different seasons and how they relate to the different phases of the moon, the waxing period is very similar to the season of spring. New moon, you set your new intentions and you put those intentions out, you set new goals, you did some cleansing work, you rested, you took a moment to reflect. With the waxing period, it is time to start to put action with those intentions, because we all know faith without works is dead. So with the waxing period, you are putting in a little bit of action each day with this cycle as leading up until the full moon. In the springtime, that is when you most typically start to plant seeds. So think of it the same way with the waxing moon phase. You are now planting seeds. When it was the new moon, you were setting intentions, but you were not necessarily planting seeds. You were just thinking about it and putting in some thought and some prayer and meditation into that. But this is a time to actually do some work, put some seeds into the ground. You take a small step one day, you take a bigger step the next day, and you keep on going as you align with the cycle of the moon. To sync your actions with the moon phase, you are essentially growing bigger, you're growing stronger, you're growing more fuller, you're shining your light brighter. That's the way that I like to think of it. You're shining your light brighter as each day in this waxing moon phase passes. You have the waxing crescent where the moon looks a bit tiny, then you have that first quarter moon, and then you have the waxing gibbous where it is a bit larger, right up until we get to the full moon. And when I like to relate it to the springtime, think of how in spring, it is that time where after the winter, it's been cold, you start to literally get outside. So the same thing with your goals and intentions. It's time to start getting outside. It's time to start networking. It's time to start brainstorming. It's time to start planning. It's time to start putting some words, some actions, some tangibles to these intentions that you set. That's the best way to utilize the energy during this period to grow with the moon. I have included some affirmations that you can use during this period to better support you on your journey. But in addition to those affirmations, the best thing that you can do during this time period is to take action. That is what this moon phase is all about, taking action so that you are in alignment with actually bringing your intentions into fruition. If you found this information helpful, please pass it on to a friend. Quick recap, the waxing moon phase is the period where you begin to take action on those intentions that you set at the new moon so that you can start to see those intentions start to manifest and become real.
I am love.
I am love.
God is love.
God is love.
Love heals all things.
Love heals all things.
It conquers all things.
It conquers all things.
Endures all things.
Endures all things.
Love wins and love heals.
Love heals.
Download my app on your favorite app store, The Book of Corinthians. I got a story to tell.